Today, we're going to be making some letter art using all different types of lines. You can start with your first initial, your last initial, or your favorite letter. I started with a capital letter K for Miss Kastner. Once you draw your big letter in the center of your paper, you can turn it into a bubble letter by tracing around the outside shape. Don't forget to erase that little letter inside. Now, start thinking about all the different lines you know. Choose different points on the outside part of your letter and start drawing all those different lines. Wavy lines, straight lines, zigzag lines, loop-de-loop roller coaster lines, ocean wave lines. It can even be lines that you make up that nobody has ever seen before. This is a time for you to have fun, get creative, and think outside the box. It's okay to make mistakes. It does not have to be perfect. Just make sure that your lines go all the way around your letter and that they're not too close together. Once you're done drawing all your different lines around your letter, you can trace your letter in black just like I did. I used a black marker, but you can also use a pen or a crayon. I am tracing all my different lines in rainbow order. Do you remember the order of the rainbow? Red, orange, yellow, green. What comes after green? Blue, and then purple. Once you get to purple, you can restart in rainbow order and move on to red, then orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple until all your lines are traced in rainbow order. Make sure that you're going slow and taking your time and tracing those lines as nice and neat as you can. Once you finish tracing your lines, it's time to think about all the different patterns that we know. I want you to use a crayon, a marker, or a colored pencil and go in the different sections that your lines create and come up with different patterns. You can use the same patterns that I use, or you can come up with some of your very own. Remember, a pattern is just something that's repeated. You can use different lines or different shapes to create a pattern. I used tiny dash lines to create my pattern in my orange section, and now I'm using a red marker to create a loop-de-loop pattern with just one line in my red section. For my yellow section, I'm repeating a circle shape over and over to fill up that section and make a pattern. You can also use big circles, little circles, any other shape you want to create a pattern. For my green section, I made a pattern out of the letter that I chose. Now, you can use your first initial, your last initial, your favorite letter, any letter that you want, but I chose to use the letter K over and over to create a pattern. For my blue section, I just traced my line until it filled up the whole area. Take your time filling in each section with a different pattern. Try to keep it in rainbow order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. You can use geometric shapes, which are our math shapes, the shapes that we know, like squares, circles, triangles, to make a pattern. Or you can use organic shapes, the wiggly squiggly shapes that you make up, just like I did in my yellow section. Once you finish drawing all your different patterns and designs, you can go in and color. I chose to do my patterns and designs in marker, and I chose to color my background in crayon. You can use whatever supplies you want. It's okay to leave some parts white and to color some parts in. You can even create a pattern by the way you color things in. I did an alternating pattern, red, white, or you can color it all the way in, like I did with my orange. You can even create more lines and more patterns with how you color things in. In my organic sections, my yellow section, I traced the shapes I made and made more lines. I traced around the outside part of my circles with my yellow crayon, and I colored the inside orange. You can even alternate colors in different sections. That means for my green section, I chose to use blue, which is next to green on the color wheel, and make stripes using blue, green, blue, green. It's okay if you choose to not color in one of your areas as well, just like I did with my blue pattern section. Or switch it up and use more than one shade of a color. For example, in my purple area, I colored my hearts in with a light purple, and I colored the background, the area behind the hearts, with a violet purple. For this project, we used line, shape, color, and texture, which are some of our elements of art, as well as pattern, movement, and emphasis, which are some of our principles of design, to create a masterpiece. I hope you enjoyed it.